We hope that there will be action, that Shrikant Tyagi is arrested, as you assured Amit Malviya. Thanks very much for joining us and giving your view on this. The assurance that's coming from Amit Malviya is that this is an indication. What you're seeing right now, the crackdown at, in fact, the Grand Omaxe society, is an indication of how serious the UP government is against these kind of arrogant, high-handed criminals, and also that very, very soon this will be followed by the arrest of Shrikant Tyagi. We will be tracking the latest on that, because as of now multiple teams have been formed to ensure that Shrikant Tyagi is found. He's been absconding for the last few days. He's been moving reportedly from one location to another, which is why it's been difficult for the cops to track him down. But several of his aides, men who tried to create ruckus yesterday at this very society, have been arrested by the police as well. So the administration trying to send out a message here of zero tolerance for any of this kind of high-handedness behavior. Right now you see senior officials at the society taking stock of what's happening. Live images of the cops who are making their way inside to track all that's taking place. They are in fact making their way in, as the Noida authorities have been there for the last few hours, continuing with their crackdown, this demolition drive that you see on the right of your screens. Essentially, Shrikant Tyagi for the last many years managed to keep this kind of a property. He'd extended his house into the common area, had encroached into the common area of the society, had built this entire porch, trees, etc. And despite being confronted by residents, nothing was done. Mr. Mahesh Sharma, BJP MP from Noida, is joining us on this broadcast. Mr. Mahesh Sharma, yesterday you promised there would be action. We're glad to see that now. We're glad to see that finally the demolition is happening. But what about Shrikant Tyagi, sir? When will he be arrested?
I see that you've seen the working of our government. The day before yesterday, this situation has come into the knowledge of we people as a public representative and administration. And yesterday evening, we brought it to the knowledge of Honorable Chief Minister through the Secretary Home, Shri Avanish Awasthi ji, and high senior most officers, distinguished state commissioner reached to the site. They took cognizance of the situation, took action, and today morning, even that demolishment of that so-called construction is going on. So what sometimes media blames, or sometimes people blame that this bulldozer activity is selective towards some people or some political parties or something like that. It is not that. Anybody who is culprit, he will be booked for that, and action will be taken against them. And this is the act of today has shown this, that our government under leadership of Yogi Adityanath ji is sensitive and is taking action equally against all who are defaulters.
Mr. Mahesh Sharma, we've been speaking to a lot of residents on the ground, sir. They're saying that yes, great that it's happening right now, but why wasn't this done earlier? Because multiple complaints were filed. It was ignored by the authorities for years.
I agree with you. There has been some delay. Rather, it was brought to my knowledge 2 years back also. We went there and we tried to settle out that issue at that time. We didn't come to know that the situation is still clearing, and when it was brought to my knowledge the day before yesterday, I immediately reached to the site with my district president and other party workers. And yesterday night also, when I got a distress call from the residents of that area, we immediately reached and brought it to the knowledge of Secretary Home, and you can see that action is going on.
Mr. Mahesh Sharma, there are a lot of questions about who this man is. Who is Shrikant Tyagi, that he got away with this kind of influence for the last many years? Spoke to a woman in that way, pushed her, threatened her, thinking he'd get away with it. And then last night what played out, these aides of his coming together in the society. Who is this man?
See, this is a matter of investigation, and I think police is working on that line. But definitely, I have for last 15 years and 39 years I am in Noida. I have never seen this person working in any of our party programs or anywhere.
Okay. Mr. Mahesh Sharma, finally, your assurance to the residents of not just this society but to every Noida resident about this kind of action being taken, and about Shrikant Tyagi, what kind of action he'll face?
See, I think that is a message to all those who are defaulters, all those who are involved in such sort of activities. We under leadership of Chief Minister, we have a sensitive government. We take action immediately, and that you are seeing it.